Today on RVA Grooves, I get a chance to visit Redskins Training Camp, where I talk with the front office, players, and most importantly, my Redskins family, the fans. I then head to Mama J's to catch up with VCU's own Coach Shaka Smart. We're all about sports, and RVA Grooves starts now. One of the most exciting things about my job is the fact that I get to get in the community and I get to support the Washington Redskins. I'm standing right in front of the love sign with all of my family and all of my friends. Today I'm going to talk to the front office. I'm going to talk to the players. And of course, I'm going to get up close and personal with the fans. We're at Redskins Training Camp 2013. RVA Grooves starts right now. Hail 'em! Yeah! Now I'm standing with Scott Shepard. Scott, tell me your role here with the Redskins.
Absolutely. My role is Vice President of Sales, Marketing, and Strategic Alliances. Essentially what that means, Kelly, is working with our corporate partners as well as our community partners, state, local, federal partners, and making sure that projects like this are a tremendous success for all the jurisdictions with which our partners and everything else touch. So it's a fantastic opportunity.
And our show is all about art and culture and the collaborations that we're making. And of course, some of our sponsors are out here as well. You're working with Bond Secure, HDL, VTC for Juniors for Lovers. I see the love sign. How did you get connected with them, and what does that sponsorship mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know, really, when we took the holistic approach, the entire Richmond Training Camp project, we wanted to make sure that from an economic impact perspective, we were maximizing all of our team resources and all of our partner resources. So that's really how we partnered with VTC and contacted Rita McClenny and her team over there and just put together a pretty robust and well orchestrated and communicated and coordinated program working with our other local partners, City of Richmond Tourism, as well as Venture Richmond, the greater Richmond region folks as well, and just making sure that everyone was on board, everyone was carrying that message, and we were able to put everything together to ensure the most possible tourism for this Richmond Training Camp experience.
Now I'm standing with Tony Wiley. Tony, tell me your role here with the Redskins.
Kelly, I'm the senior vice president of the Redskins, meaning anytime you see or read or hear about the team, they go through my department. We liaison between the media, and I'm the special advisor to the owner. I'm dealing with the media.
Well, you did a phenomenal job. Redskins is everywhere in Richmond. Talk about the impact it has on the city and how the city has embraced you guys.
Oh gosh, it's tremendous. All the restaurants are full. Hotel rooms are being booked. People are traveling from all over. I make a round every day during practice, and we have people traveling as far from the Carolinas to Chicago. And I think the energy, the excitement, hospitality, words can't explain, and it's translating onto the field because the guys really feel appreciated and they really feel the excitement. It's really contagious.
Now I'm standing with Jane Rogers. Jane, tell me your role here with the Redskins.
Well, I'm the executive director of the Charitable Foundation, and I also lead our community relations efforts.
All right. So what have you done since they've been here, or before they've gotten here, I know, Jane, to make sure that the community especially is involved with the Redskins being here?
Absolutely. Well, I think that's a really good point, is that we've been doing things in Richmond for a very long time, especially through our Coaches in the Classroom program, which was in two Richmond area high schools and now is in 4. But our goal was to figure out what the community needed and how we could be most helpful in moving young people in the community forward to helping them achieve their goals. So we've been working in 3 specific areas. We focus on literacy in our Redskins Read program, and currently we're doing a book drive for the Children's Museum Book Bank. In partnership, we've been working with Richmond Public Libraries on a reading and writing contest, and we'll have the winners of that come out to a VIP exclusive event out here at training camp.
People are coming from everywhere, which means they're staying in our hotels, they're eating at our restaurants, and they're visiting our attractions. Tourism is booming for us.
Absolutely.
Talk about how you strategically made that happen, especially for over the next 8 years.
Absolutely. Well, I think this year gives us a nice baseline to really start our plan. Really, the anchor, I'd say, to our team plan was rolling out a very robust marketing campaign that was called Road Trip to Richmond. So I'm sure you've seen the billboards here through town. We have them all throughout the Mid-Atlantic, making sure everyone knew training camp was coming to Richmond. Obviously, the press and the news and everything else has been fantastic. You have the very non-traditional aspect of this entire arrangement, and to give you a sense of just timing as it relates to how this project was all brought to fruition, June 6th, we announced our partnership of last year with Governor McDonnell. November 26th, Richmond City Council approved the local partnership with the City of Richmond. And then on February 14th, we actually broke ground on this facility. July 25th, we welcomed our first fans through the door. So, really, we hope it's a shining example moving forward for all of the Commonwealth and just what creative partnerships, as to what you were mentioning before, with Bon Secours, Virginia Health System, who are going to be operating this facility, serving the community out of this facility for the other 49 weeks of the year that we're not here during our 3 weeks of training camp. And it's just going to be a crown jewel for this city and, frankly, for all of professional sports moving forward.
And so we're really excited to be here, always kind of giving back to the community. So next week, when they're playing in Tennessee, we're going to be playing over at the University of Richmond Spider Stadium, and we're going to be serving about 400 kids, some in a Play 60 combine, and some in a flag football clinic. And we'll have our alumni here, and they'll be working with kids, helping them to know the importance of fitness. And then as kids age into high school, we work with them through our Coaches in the Classroom program. And what that does is it puts an athletic academic advisor into the school as another caring adult to make sure they're staying on track towards graduation and what comes after graduation. And so we're working together with those schools. We're in George Wythe, we're in Thomas Jefferson, we're in Armstrong, and we're in John Marshall. And so we're excited to have a partnership with all those schools.
Virginia is for lovers, but right now we are for Redskins lovers. You know what I'm saying? How do you see this, in the future? How do you get past? I mean, you already have record numbers right here now. 8 more years of this. How do you see this growing?
It's going to build and build. I mean, people will plan vacations. It's a chance to really get up and close and personal with the players, something that you really can't do at FedEx. I mean, it's free. All this costs is your smile and your enthusiasm. And players it's really special. I don't know if you know that they bring out kids at the end of practice. So there's a connection among the kids. I can't explain for a kid to walk in with the NFL player, even if it's for a couple of yards, but the fact that they get to interact with the player and get a couple of autographs and meet their heroes is something you can't put a price tag on.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you got a busy day today. You have definitely impacted our city, and our city is so thankful that the Redskins are here. Thank you, Tony, for talking to us.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
RVA Grooves. We'll be right back. One thing about this show, RVA Grooves, is that we are celebrating all things arts and culture in Richmond, Virginia, and the Redskins actually have a tie. Introduce yourselves for the people out there that don't know who you are.
I'm Jacqueline Griffin, RG3's mom.
I'm Robert Griffin Jr., RG3's father.
And a connection to Richmond because your mother is actually here, correct?
Yes, ma'am. She moved here about 13 years ago from New Orleans, Louisiana.
And she is a kind of a little superstar now because RG3 is here, but she's also at Martin's, right?
Correct. She loves working there. She's been working there since, I think, about 10 years now.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of our best superstores here. So how has the experience been since you guys have been to Richmond for training camp?
Well, I've been here every day. My husband is working, so this is his first day out here. But I've been here every day, and it's amazing how the fans are coming out at the 10 o'clock and at the 3 o'clock to support the Redskins organization. So I think this has been an awesome opportunity for all of us.
And I know you've been working, but have you guys got to experience Richmond at all? Any of the restaurants, any of the scenes, the hotels, anything?
No, I haven't.
I just got it last night, and just the hotel we're at, but not yet. But we've been in Richmond a while. Been here off and on over the last 13 years. Visiting mother-in-law. He had a Junior Olympics in 2001 when Robert first came here. So he's a little familiar with the community.
Now I got my man Josh. Josh, you had a good day out on the field today. Talk about how training camp has gone so far and how the city is loving you guys.
Oh man, it's great, man. I'm definitely feeling the love from the city. Just everywhere we go, the fans are showing up every day for practice at the hotel. It's a great place. I got a whole new respect for Richmond. D Hall and all the secondary. We've been experiencing all the soul food spot, and so everything out here, man. I love this city. Everything we're doing right now is fun, man. We're getting ready for the season, and we're ready to go, man. It couldn't have been a better situation. I'm
with my man D'Angelo Hall. D is no stranger to getting out in Richmond. D, talk about your experience in Richmond so far.
Oh man, I had a blast. Coming to training camp in Richmond, I was excited just to be, a little closer to 757 where I'm from. Never thought I'd fall in love with Richmond, though. It's just so much to do. It's so diverse. There's so many things going on. I really enjoyed myself. I wish we've had more downtime, but, we kind of stay busy doing all this stuff around here. So, our time out is a little limited, but, we've definitely had a blast so far.
Yeah, the city's loving you guys. You're bringing a lot of economic things to us. You've been out eating. Talk about some of your favorite places that you've been out to eat so far.
You know what? I've been to a couple spots around here, man. But the best spot has to be Mama J's. I went past there, and it's like my grandma used to cook it. So I got my whole family in town, and we'll be there right after we get out of here to tear it down.
Yeah. The fans being right here on 64 and 95. I mean, we getting the fans from Tidewater up here. Talk about how that is to bring training camp basically to the city.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. I knew when we announced we was gonna have training camp in Richmond, it was gonna be big because we were gonna still get those Ashburn fans to come. Then we was gonna get those fans from Southern Virginia to come too. It's such a hard drive to make it 4.5, 5 hours all the way up to DC from down where I'm from. So. It's been real easy for those fans. My mom, she's never been to a training camp. She even came up today. So, it's just an easy drive from that Tidewater area, even North Carolina. Got a lot of fans from that area too that comes down and checks out training camp.
Wait, is that your fan club?
Yes, that's my fan club.
Tell me your name and where you're from.
Billy Crock from Hopewell, Virginia.
All right, Hopewell represent Billy. You got the jersey on, you got your camera, you even got on the sneakers.
The burgundy and gold, baby.
Yes. Tell me why you out here today.
I'm here to represent the burgundy and gold, baby.
Yeah. How long you been a fan?
Since 75.
Yeah. Have you get to go to the games?
Never been to a game, so I need tickets.
Another fan, we got to get up there. How do you feel about the Redskins being right here in our city and reachable?
Oh, it's a dream come true. I've always been a Redskins fan, and to be able to come out and see them this close to home, I love it.
Still under the Virginia is for Lovers sign. Got another fan with me. What's your name? Where you from?
I'm Taryn. I'm from Richmond, Virginia.
All right, what part of Richmond?
West
Side,
South Side.
Yeah.
South Side.
Okay, all right. Why'd you come out to training camp today?
See RG3, of course. Look at him. He's awesome.
One more fan right here. Tell me your name and where you're from.
I'm from Bill Foster. I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Tidewater area is in the house.
In the house representing 757.
So you drove up 95. This your first day here?
First day here. Won't be the last. I'll be back again before training camp's over.
All right. Are you getting to eat in our restaurants? Are you getting to see any of Richmond while you're here?
Yeah, I am. Getting to see, this area, from what I've been told, and even going through here, my kids played AAU. We used to always come up here to Richmond. And I remember this just being nothing at all.
1 year ago, it was nothing.
Right,
Yeah.
Transformed, and really, this is very impressive.
Now I'm talking with Dan Schneider, owner of the Washington Redskins. Dan, first of all, thank you for taking the opportunity to talk to us.
Sure, thanks for having me.
You have been walking around, you've been experiencing Richmond. The players are getting to eat at a lot of the restaurants, getting to see our culture and how down south we are. Tell us about your experience here so far.
Well, the people have been so nice to us. It's been fantastic. It's been a real great welcome. The kids here, fans, just the whole experience would be fantastic.
The legacy and the impact that the Washington Redskins want to leave on the Richmond community. I know the foundation is doing a lot of work. Can you talk about that?
Sure, it's really from that standpoint. We so much try to help the kids, and we gave a grant of $200,000 for John Marshall High School for a brand new turf field, and we hope that our players here will be an inspiration to all these kids.
Yeah, well, thank you for taking the opportunity. I know you got to get to work. RVA Grooves is all about all things arts and culture, and the Redskins are providing that for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I cannot call this work. It was an amazing day out at training camp for Fan Appreciation 2013. 8 more years of this. I'm out here with my friends, my family. This is awesome. HTTR. Hail 'em, RVA Grooves, all things arts and culture. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Appreciate RVA Grooves. We'll be right back.
Say the word, I'll take my medicine. You're the cure for any pain I'm in. You saved my broken heart. Love times 2 is equal to me and you.
One of the great things about my job is that I get to talk to people that I know and I love. And then I get to bring them on my show. Today we're going to talk to VCU head coach Shaka Smart about him living in Richmond and experiencing Richmond. And of course we're going to talk about VCU basketball and the havoc they're going to bring this season. Let's sit down and talk to Coach Smart. Today I'm inside Mama J, sitting down and talking to VCU head basketball coach Shaka Smart. Shaka, thank you for taking the opportunity to talk to RVA Grooves.
Thank you.
I know you're a busy man, and I'm used to talking to you on the sidelines at VC basketball games, but today I'm going to ask you a little bit more about your involvement in Richmond. But first, what's going on with you? What have you been doing this summer?
It's been a busy summer, Kelly, and it is good to talk to you in a relaxed setting. It's usually pretty tense during the games, but I just got back from overseas. I was with the under-19 national team. We were fortunate to win a gold medal in Prague. And this is our busy recruiting time, so we're out on the road traveling. I'm back for a couple days. I leave again tomorrow to go back on the road. We also have our basketball camp going on, so we have 300 and some young kids running around the Siegel Center, having all kinds of fun and learning the game of basketball. So not much going on.
Yeah, not at all, not at all. And you have become a semi-icon in Richmond. You know, got voted on a magazine for being, you know, Richmond's most, known or influential person. And just Richmond has embraced you and loved you. When you came here less than 5 years ago, did you think that would happen?
I never really looked at it that way, Kelly. I coach basketball. That's my job. That's not necessarily everything of who I am, but I enjoy it so much, and I try to put all of myself into it. But I think VCU is a huge part of Richmond, and I think that's the reason that our players and our coaching staff do receive a lot of attention, because VCU is Richmond and Richmond is VCU.
In terms of Richmond, you are a history major. Well, you got your degree in history, and Smart is just not your last name. You are a very smart man, and people know that. Did you know about the rich history in Richmond when you came here? Have you get to see it because of your busy schedule at all?
Well, not as much as I would like to, but I did know quite a bit when I got here. I studied history in high school and college. I was a guy who knew a lot about the Civil War. I knew a lot about what happened after the Civil War and Reconstruction. And also, some of the recent history here in Richmond is very interesting as well. So I love learning about it. There's still a lot more for me to learn in the city. Obviously, my primary role is as a father and as a basketball coach, but when I can, I love learning more.
And you brought that right into family. When you do get to go out, like you said, you don't get to do it that much. Where do you take your wife and daughter? Restaurants, what's your favorites, places to go?
Yeah, there's a lot of great restaurants. And since we're at Mama J's, I gotta say, this is a terrific place to go. My wife Maya loves to come here, and I love to come here. Mama J catered a meal for our team last year that was phenomenal. We like Kroger Spot too. We love going to City Diner for breakfast. Edo Squid on campus is terrific. Joe's Inn, great pasta. So I think Richmond, certainly per capita, has as many good restaurants as any city in the country.
Yeah, a lot of cities have tried to get you, and besides basketball, you have built a great brand over there at BC Athletics. But is there anything about Richmond that also kept you here, that made your decision a little bit more easier?
Yeah, I like the people here, Kelly.
Yeah.
I think there's very, very friendly people, and I think it's a good mix of people that come from different backgrounds. People that bring a different variety of experiences to the table. I love the fact that VCU is so diverse. When you walk down the street on campus, you're going to literally run into people from every different walk of life and people from different religions, different backgrounds. That's real life.
Yeah.
And I love being at a school and in a city that reflects that.
All right, so in the media guide, you get to talk to your players about their fun facts. So I'm going to hit you with some fun facts real quick, okay? So tell me, what's your favorite movie of all times and your favorite actor of all times?
Wow, that's a great question. A lot of great movies out there. When I was growing up, I loved Scarface with Al Pacino, but I'd have to say Denzel if you ask for my favorite actor. He's the best.
Yeah. Favorite vacation spot?
Well, my wife and I got engaged in Clearwater, Florida on vacation, so I have to go with that.
Any superstitions before a game? Anything you do before a game?
Well, I usually cut my hair before the games, Kelly. I've been cutting my own hair since 7th grade. And the guys have been on me, our players, about going to one of the barbershops around campus and getting a real haircut. So maybe this year I'll break down and do that.
All right. What's in your iPod? What does Shaka listen to?
I listen to different Pandora stations. I like... Let's see, this morning I had my daughter, she woke up at about 6 in the morning. We were listening to Rihanna, we were listening to Alicia Keys, Beyonce, I love Jay-Z, I like Kanye, I like some older stuff too, Ray Charles, all kinds of different stuff. I have a pretty eclectic taste.
All right. Dead or alive, who haven't you met and you would have liked the opportunity to meet?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, I got a chance to meet President Obama, and that was a thrill for me and my family. I have a picture of him holding my daughter. But someone that I haven't met that I would have loved to have met, obviously didn't live at the same time as him, Martin Luther King. I think to me, he is as influential as any American in this country's history.
All right. Last question: if you were stranded on an island, what two things do you have to have on that island?
Well, I'd love to take my wife and my daughter, but if I can't take a person, then I'd love to have a great book and maybe a basketball.
All right, Coach. Talking about back to basketball, you're big in the community as well. Lots of organizations that you support, lots of charities, and I know during the season that was one of the things that we pushed the fans to also get involved with. Can you tell us a little bit more about the community efforts you do here?
Well, again, VCU is so connected to the community in Richmond, and our fans are from Richmond and from the surrounding area, so we think that it's very important that we give back to the community and we're very involved. So there's a lot of organizations that my wife and I and our team love to support. There's a group called Friends Association of Richmond that's been around for over 140 years. They're doing some terrific things with kids and families in the city of Richmond. We love to do things with the local Boys and Girls Clubs. We do something that I love every year in December called Shop with the Rams, where we take about 50 kids from the local Boys and Girls Clubs shopping. Target is nice enough to give us gift cards, and our players go around the store and shop with these young ladies and young men. And you can't put a price on the look in their eye when they get a chance to buy Christmas gifts that they probably wouldn't normally get to do.
Coach, RVA Grooves is all about art and culture and the scene that is exploding here in Richmond. Can you talk about it at all? I know you don't get to see it as much, but I'm sure you get to hear about it a little bit.
Well, my wife's very involved in the cultural movements going on. She's a big writer, so she's in a group called James River Writers that does all kinds of writing, workshops, and support for writers in the city of Richmond and the surrounding area. We also live in the Fan, but we live literally a block from the museum district, so it's great to be right near the Art Museum, by the Historical Society, by the Children's Museum, and we really enjoy being in that area and getting a chance to take advantage of that stuff. And then the last thing that I love about Richmond as it relates to arts and culture is all the parks. I think we have a terrific group of parks. I've got to see a lot of them because I got to participate in the Navy SEAL training with John McGuire and his organization. But taking my daughter to different parks around Richmond, getting a chance to experience the recreational part of that, it's been a lot of fun.
Last question. We're going to wrap it up for you. The Havoc's coming back soon. Can you tell us a little bit about the upcoming season, what we should expect, new players?
Well, it's going to be a really exciting season, Kelly, because we have a great blend of old and new. We have 6 returning players that were in our top 8 last year, including Javante Reddick and Travion Graham, who were our 2 best players last year. And then we have quite a few new players that are either new to VCU completely or sat out last year, like Jordan Burgess. And I think several of those new players are going to be able to make an impact on the team right away. We have the hardest non-conference schedule that we've ever played at VCU. That will be released within the next month. And we also play a very, very challenging league schedule in the Atlantic 10. And I can't wait until November 8th, our first game at the Civic Center.
Well, Coach, thank you for taking the time to talk to RVA Grooves about things that are art and culture related to Richmond, and much success and good luck to you this season. Great season.
Hey, Kelly, thank you for everything you do in Richmond. Yeah, I think you're a Richmond icon.
Well, thank you, Coach. Go ahead, Coach, tell us how you feel again.
Kelly Lemon, she's the greatest.
Thanks for watching, and tune in next week. When he starts to talk, you'll know exactly who he is, but I'm standing here with Larry Michael, voice of the Washington Redskins. Larry, thanks for taking the time to talk to RVA Grooves.
It's my pleasure, no doubt about it.
Talk about how exciting this is for training camp to be in Richmond, Virginia.
Well, I knew it was going to be big, and I told everybody in the several trips I had down here, speaking engagements leading up to camp, how big it's going to be, and Richmond never going to be the same. You guys don't understand how big it's going to be. I said it over and over, and you know what? It surpassed my expectations doubly. The fans have been incredible. The fans